So this is the vidya, and I'm gonna make it a full screen, and then I'm gonna maybe I don't really want the village in the way of the video, do I? I could put it into this mode, theater mode. That's a little better. Yeah, we'll do it in theater mode. I think that works better. Okay, I'm going to press play, and I'm just going to talk about it as we go.
Playtime is a strange one. A popular indie... The story behind Poppy Playtime is a strange one. A popular indie game that seemingly came out of nowhere. Claims of plagiarism, an NFT scandal, and accusations of being a cash grab. There's darker stuff though. Allegedly, the people behind the game took advantage of young up-and-coming...
This is something I actually want to talk about too while we're here, while we're chatting, right? What is this? What is this? What is this that I'm looking at? Because I hate it. I do not like it. It is a children's animation of a horror game character that murders and eats children and takes the main character player's organs out and replaces them with an endoskeleton. And then is also Minecraft, as if you need to like stack on as many things that are noticeable to a child as possible. Like it's very nefarious. Not to mention, like, I don't know, like that whole, I don't remember the name of the channel, but there's a channel who actually like makes a lot of content about that. And while it's very well animated, something about it just does not like sit well with me. You know, the children's entertainment and fantasy stuff. I am inevitable. It's just like Minecraft NFTs and fucking baby. I don't fucking baby. I think her name is just Baby. Anyway, let's keep going.
Animators, resulting in one YouTuber checking themselves into a psychiatric facility. Obviously, some of the allegations in this video are pretty serious, so viewer discretion is advised. Also, note that all of these are just allegations, and I will be providing citations and quotes when applicable. A few hours ago, Mob Games, the company behind Poppy Playtime, announced that Mob Entertainment had partnered with Studio 71 to develop and produce a film based on...
And there it is. Turn up the video. I will turn up the video. Hold on. I can absolutely turn up the video. You want me to go back a little bit? I can totally go back a little bit if you want me to. Just let me know. That's not surprising at all. That's not surprising at all that they're trying to make a movie, because again, it's that same conversation of all they're trying to do is make it a name brand. If you can make something a name brand, you've won. That's it. That's all you got to do. Like I was watching, Lanny and I like to rewatch the if you know who Brendan Lee Mulligan is, he makes these CEO videos, and one of the ones that he does is about Oreo, and it's the CEO of Oreo, and he keeps talking about constantly like there's no need to make new Oreos. People know what Oreos are. They will buy them no matter what flavor. So just make one flavor and you're good to go. Why do extra? And it reminds me of stuff like this because that really is the name of the game. It's make something a household name and you will never have to fucking advertise it or worry about having a viewer base because it's already set up, you know? It's already something that is inside the zeitgeist. And I think that companies are always looking for that in. They're trying to squirm their capitalistic little fingers into every nook and cranny of the social consciousness so that they can be absorbed into the zeitgeist. Anyway.
On Poppy Playtime. Unlike the FNAF film, I fully expect the Poppy Playtime movie to come out. Scott Cawthon cares a lot about his franchise and what is done with it. He stumbled before and he knows it. Scott went through at least 10 different scripts for the FNAF movie and likely many more. He wants it to be good, and as I've discussed, making it good is really difficult. Poppy Playtime gets compared to FNAF a lot, but they're fundamentally different franchises. Five Nights at Freddy's was an indie game created with no budget, while Scott Cawthon was working at Dollar General. It was his last-ditch effort in games before he'd likely have to go get some office software developer job like I have. However you feel about the FNAF series, it's undeniable that it started out as a true indie game.
That's another oh, it's Mark, my boy. You can't see it. Here, look, this is what it would look like if Markiplier was bald. Are you ready? Hold on, I wonder if I can sink down enough to where I can make it so that part of my head looks like it's the top of his head. Hold on. Can I do it? Oh, I gotta go this way. And I go this way. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. I'm bald. Oh, I'm Baldiplier. It's a new character. All right, anyway. That was stupid, and it hurt my back.
Poppy Playtime is a little different.
That's what I wanted. Sorry. That's something I wanted to say, though, is that they're chasing a process that does not inherently work like how they're trying to do it. The inherent process to an indie game, as far as I'm to understand them. Hold on, this is off. Like something's wrong with this. This is really bothering me. Oh, it was off. Look at that. There we go. Something that really bothers me is that these companies are trying to reignite the formula of making indie games, right? They're trying to basically say, oh, we're an indie game because we haven't made a game before anyway. Here's $100 bajillion to throw into this. Make it indie, make it new. And like that works to a degree. Again, you can see it with new game series that are coming out. Like they're becoming more and more and more backed by larger and larger companies that have the money to put into it. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a better game. It absolutely does not. I have played indie games that have scared the ever-living piss out of me, and I have played AAA titles that aren't scary at all. It depends on who's working on it, what the genre is. I mean, there's a lot of factors into making a scary but good game. And being in indie is not the factor. You know, that's not what makes them good. But companies love to hold on to stuff like that. It can't be that a small company made something good. It has to be that you have to be a small company to make it good, and we need to trick everyone into thinking that that's us, which I just disagree with.
Between putting lore critical information into pricey and environmentally hazardous NFTs, as well as the rapid and vast commercialization of the property, it feels like a cash grab to me. Mob Games, the people behind Poppy, presumably funded the whole project using substantial resources that they acquired through their incredibly popular animation YouTube.
Oh. 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 That. Really? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Is that the animation studio that I was like, oh my God, it is. So when I was talking about an animation group on YouTube, on YouTube, this is what I was fucking talking about. This is literally, oh my fucking God. That is so funny.
Attention, small mammal! Your robot father is away, so I've been asked to care for you in his place.
So what are we gonna do today? Good! Freddy always knows right from wrong and would only be a good example. He's pure, wholesome robo-innocence.
That's something to snack.
That's so... So, the company behind Poppy... Okay. Fuck. Hi, Brock. Hi. We're talking about fucking... Poppy Playtime. And I can't fucking believe that I called that shit without even knowing. Like, that is so funny. So this animation style, this is Enchanted Mob. These are the people who made Poppy Playtime. Welcome on in, Nick. So these are the people who made it. I did not make that comment thinking that they literally made it.
Google that means you're not cool. Well, could a lame get?
That is so much more fucking sinister.
You got me, kid. But don't you worry. I'll be back.
She will not be back. Congratulations, Roxanne. You have...
Like, that's messed up. Because when I was talking about animation group, sorry, I'm just scrubbing through to see if there's anything I want to click on here to look at. But like, when I was talking about like like children's horror and animation, I was talking about this fucking YouTube channel, and and look, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Look how many like weirdly like I don't know what I want to call it. Like, why is everyone lusting after everyone else? Why is there Chica in a two-piece? Just like, why does Minecraft baby have fucking top boob? Why does she have top boob? What? She's got no, look. Fucking no, look, she has cleavage. She's fucking a Minecraft thing. What is this fucking, who, why? Look on this one. She is entirely square, and then they just gave her round fucking robot tits. What? But why? Why did they do this? Why? Who approved this? Who? I'm gonna put this down a little bit. Who approved this? Who has done this? I feel like every other video has like a female character striking a pose, right? Like, it's almost like every 2 or 3 of them has some weird, like, semi-sexualized thing. I mean, like, right, like wearing a two-piece is not necessarily sexualized, and that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying,
come over here and put on your sunscreen.
That, like,
We did, Ballora. You just can't tell because we're solid white.
like, it's weird.
Bonbon's not white.
Like, it's weird, right? Like, why is this? Is that fucking... It's as many references to children's media as possible.
Thanks for being a team player.
All right, I need to get off of this. I'm gonna sink down a whole other rabbit hole that, honestly, I don't need to fucking go down right now. Like, we can go back to that. Let's get through this. I'm fucking a minute and 40 seconds in. Oh God. The YouTube algorithm allows this on YouTube Kids. They fucking do not. Do they really? They also have a second channel where they post the exact same videos with different thumbnails, so kids watch the same video twice without realizing it. Oh my fucking God. It's so insidious. Holy shit. Oh, I hate that a lot. Okay, let's keep the ball moving.
channels. Enchanted Mob's channel has over 3.2 million subscribers, and they produce a staggering amount of content. Furthermore, they appear to run a network of other animation channels, including Zamination, which boasts over 4 million subscribers and in fact uploads the exact same videos as Enchanted Mob. Sure, they changed the titles and thumbnails, but these are the exact same videos, same length, same everything. I believe this is against YouTube's terms of service, and I think it's kind of nefarious.
Kind of? Bearing the lead.
On one hand,
Yeah.
publishing the same videos to 2 very popular channels gets you double the impressions that you'd get from a singular channel, but I suspect this might be even worse. Considering these Minecraft-style animations from the Poppy Playtime people are clearly targeted towards kids, I can't help but wonder if they're posting the exact same content with different titles and thumbnails for the sole purpose of tricking kids into watching a video that they've already seen. Again, YouTube considers these to be 2 completely separate videos, and it's very likely that someone who watches one will have the other suggested. This is a kind of grimy practice, sure, but it speaks more to the character of the mob than it does about Poppy Playtime. We're gonna do something special if we hit 100K, so please subscribe. One of their affiliated channels is 3A Display, which also produces these similar Minecraft-style videos that utilize the trendy characters of the day. I did some digging and uncovered that this channel was primarily the work of Faint Turnip and Isaac, the latter of whom would go on to apparently play a key role in the development of Poppy Playtime. I spoke with Faint Turnip, who explained how they ended up with Enchanted Mob's network. So
Hold on. Oh, okay.
met eMob through their old Patreon
I was gonna go through and read it. I can't help they are doing the shitty thing for some kind of shitty reason.
Skype chat. I didn't really know them until I collaborated with another channel called Isaac X, and the video we made together started getting a significant amount of views. Both Isaac and I were in the eMob chat, and one day they posted our video and asked if we made it. We told them yes, and they started talking to us about making a new channel with them. Long story short, Isaac and I made 3A Display with eMob as owner because neither Isaac nor I were 18 yet. For some reason at the time, these channels needed to be part of an MCN in order to monetize, and you needed to be 18 or older to do that, or whatever. 3A was owned and is still owned by eMob and was used as a quick cash grab for them. Each month, eMob, Isaac, and I would each get a third of what was earned on the channel. According to Turnip, he and Isaac did basically all the work, whilst Enchanted Mob collected a third of the channel's revenue. Turnip eventually got fed up and quit 3A Display. When I quit, I tried to find the contract because I wanted money owed to me, but when I opened the email the contract was in, it had been deleted. To be clear, while Isaac is the director.
Okay, I was gonna make a comment about keeping that contract, like just downloading it. I don't really understand how a contract disappears through an email. Like you can just hold on to that, but I also understand that these individuals are either under 18 or like near the age of 18, which is still pretty young. Like you're not really an adult until you're like 20 years old in my eyes. If I meet someone who's fucking 19, you are a baby. Sorry. If you're 19, sorry, still a baby. I don't know what to tell you. You just are. So that's not really that surprising to me, that would happen.
Director of Poppy Playtime, everyone I spoke to while doing research for this video said that they're a cool person. Nobody has any problems with Isaac. I think it's important to remember that while Enchanted Mob and Zamination appear to be the people behind Poppy Playtime, the people who put most of the money up and the people who earn most of the reward, there are a lot of people working on the series now, and most of them are just regular, talented, hardworking people trying to make the best game they can. So while this video is very critical of Poppy and I don't support the franchise, it's important for people to understand that there are a lot of people involved, and this story is only about a couple of them. So it looks like Enchanted Mob had a pattern of reaching out to these starstruck young animators, getting them to sign contracts that prohibited them from uploading to their own channels. And
but again, it's the same theme of preying on younger people. It's the same thing. It's still preying on people who are not old enough to make informed decisions. How is that not like straight up predation, right? Like it is. It's not that it isn't just straight up. It just is that. It just is predatory behavior from a company. Fucking.
And having them work as part of Enchanted Mob's network. In exchange, the mob would take a portion of the channel's revenue, and it worked. I spoke to lots of people who were up-and-coming animators in that period, and according to them, if you weren't with Enchanted Mob, you weren't shit. After Poppy Playtime Chapter 1's release, a Twitter user named Eckercoaster put forth claims that Poppy Playtime had been plagiarized from their indie horror game, Venge. I'll be honest, when I first saw these claims, I basically just dismissed them outright. Yeah, the premise of the two games is really similar, and some of the character designs are alike, but it's not plagiarism. This childlike horror or twisted nostalgia aesthetic has become really popular in recent years. In particular, both of these games feel really derivative of Bendy and the Ink Machine, and it's well known that Coaster is a fan of Bendy. However, when you dig deeper into this story, things become a lot more suspicious, and I'll be honest, it makes Poppy Playtime and Mob Games look really bad. I spoke to Coaster extensively, and the following is their account of what occurred. I warn you, the following includes some potentially triggering topics, so please use your discretion.
Alright, so obviously trigger warning has already been implemented, but I'll just say it as well, just in case somebody didn't hear it inside the video.
Like Faint Turnip, Coaster was a young, up-and-coming animator heavily inspired by the style of animation popularized by Enchanted Mob and Zamination. Coaster was also in this Patreon chat, and when their own animation took off on YouTube, E-Mob reached out. Coaster was ecstatic. E-Mob and Zam were like heroes of the animation community, and getting recognition from them was no small feat. According to Coaster, they negotiated for a bit to see if they could work together, but ultimately things didn't pan out. Coaster explained to me that the contract would have stipulated that they were no longer allowed to upload to their own YouTube channel, and instead could only upload to the channel created as part of Enchanted Mob's network. Coaster was a 15-year-old at the time, and they loved their
Whoa! You're gonna tell a 15-year-old they can't make YouTube videos? You're gonna make a 15-year-old sign excuse me, if you would just sign this devil's contract saying that I own all of your intellectual property. I know that you're a minor by like 5 years, but it doesn't really matter because I could really use a quick buck. Thank you. Yes, thank you. If you could just sign there on the paper. Fantastic. Thank you. That's so fucked up, man. That's fucking terrible. Oh, it's like the more it goes, the worse it gets. I also don't hold the Venge plagiarism accusation too highly. I've been looking at the two myself, and they're similar genre of children's horror. I don't know. Some of those, hold on, if I can go back to it. Some of those images are real similar.
following includes some potentially honest. It makes
see if I can find where he was talking about here.
Design.
So. This not really. This doesn't really hold a lot of water for me. However, this one is kind of interesting. These two are real similar. I mean, down to the line on the face, the missing nose, the jagged teeth inside of a kind of like outie mouth, the like sort of sunken in eyes. That's got to be derivative of either itself or of something that are very similar. What's that? Oh, they're the same game. Okay, I'm mistaken. I apologize. I was gonna say, holy shit, like that. They look so similar. Oh God, they're the same game. The call is coming from inside the house. Okay, yes. If it's between these two, I really don't see much of a similarity. I mean, this shot is very similar, but like that's not plagiarism. That's just like taking inspiration from something that is very different. Okay, I was like, wow.
Didn't pan out. Coaster explained the music. They still weren't willing to give it up. According to Coaster, E-Mob and Zam explained how he would never be able to afford a house or a car or make any sort of living in animation unless they signed up as part of the Enchanted Mob network. Coaster refused though, and no deal was made. According to Coaster, they tried to maintain a cordial relationship with Enchanted Mob and Zam in the wake of their failed negotiation. However, things did not go so well. Coaster claims that they were frequently the target of bullying and what sounds like harassment by the mob. Coaster claims someone made a render of one of his characters.
Hold on, I'm just gonna read this out real quick. Coaster. Oh, I mean, when I was like 15, they made a render of my character having Okay.
being sodomized and distributed it, which is, I mean, if that's true, and I have no reason to doubt Coaster, it's an incredibly messed up thing to do to a 15-year-old. Enchanted Mob Examination started a YouTube channel called Animation Sins. We all know what Sins videos are. It was Cinema Sins, but for animation. I figured they'd punch up. You know, Sin Has Been Hotel, Sin Disney, Sin the giants of the animation world. But no, this channel sinned Coaster's independent animations multiple times. It almost feels like the whole channel was Enchanted Mob's way of getting back at animators who they felt wronged them. Coaster explained that when Animation Sins first started sinning their videos, they were trying to keep things cordial with Enchanted Mob, and so they claimed they wanted
They made a fucking... They made a channel about it? Like they made a channel about making fun of smaller creators. Like let's throw out the personal connection, right? Throw out that this is a 15-year-old. All of that already irreprehensible. Irreprehensible, all right? But the concept alone, a multi-million-dollar company making a channel about roasting small-time animators on YouTube is fucking pathetic. It's pathetic. It's sad. Outside of being just like terrible, it's just depressing. Like why? I just wonder how much the just of the team that works on Poppy Playtime gets paid to stay on board. Jesus, yeah, I would have no idea.
their video to be sinned. You know, a defense mechanism. Say you want to be roasted so that you can take it in good fun. However, after several videos, Coaster was no longer okay with it. Each video was really harsh on Coaster's animation, and they inevitably triggered what Coaster describes as hate mobs that would flood the comments of the original video, making fun of it and referencing the Animation Sins video. This
the comment, it's a fucking Minecraft animation. Get over it, man.
Ultimately resulted in Coaster checking themselves into a psychiatric facility. In the wake of this event, the latest video sinning Coaster was apparently taken down, though it's since been put back up. There was some outcry, and the mob tried to smooth things over with a disclaimer telling people that these videos are supposed to be fun and informative. They also sinned an Enchanted Mob video, I guess as a way of making fun of themselves and again, trying to smooth things over. The Animation Sins channel was just too mean-spirited though, and it appears to have been abandoned. Coaster was driven out of the animation community and
oh man. Guys, why do you all hate Eckercoaster so much? It's the cool thing to do. Lol, his server is a toxic mess right now, just like him. I know that a channel cannot fully be responsible for the way their audience interacts with other audiences or other creators, right? There's nothing you can do to stop that from happening. But what you can do is breed a ecosystem of, you know, like basic human decency in your videos. And a lot of the hate on the internet honestly legitimately comes from people who live in these kinds of environments, watching videos that are extremely negative, going to other videos and making fun of them. Just honestly, a lot of it comes down, it's bullying light. It's diet bullying. It's making other people feel lesser than themselves because you can and no one can stop you. And what's awful about it, because that's just going to happen. Like bullying is just going to happen. It's a part of life, right? Like I wish that you could stop it and you can take steps to stop it and everybody should, but it's a part of being alive. What's not is having a literal $1 million company breeding that sort of system, right? Of making videos, making fun of small creators to kind of light the fire of those commenters to go and fuck with them. Like, it's just bad. It's just bad. Like, there's no other way to read that. And then to just add like a shitty little disclaimer. Fuck you, man. That's terrible. God.
Entirely harassed into giving up a hobby that they loved. They started working on their indie video game Venge and tried to move on. The Enchanted Mob crew was aware of
Yes and no. None of this I have any evidence for, but a year or so ago, I was talking to Isaac X about Venge, and he told me Emob was making a game. He said that their game would be better than mine and stuff like that. I don't have any screenshots from this convo, so take that for a grain of salt, but I remember freaking out from that. I didn't actually think they were going to make a game, but then they did, and yeah, panic ensued.
Venge, and you can only imagine Coaster's shock when not long after, Poppy Playtime shows up and looks incredibly similar. As I said from the beginning, this isn't plagiarism. Poppy Playtime isn't plagiarized. They're similar, sure, but they aren't similar enough that someone could win a lawsuit or something like that. They're unique games that happen to share a very similar story and aesthetic. However, when you consider the history between Coaster and Enchanted Mob, one of the key people behind Poppy Playtime, the whole situation starts to look a lot more suspicious. The things Coaster told me about the way that Enchanted Mob operated were corroborated by Faint Turnip, who literally worked for them.
All right. This is Faint Turnip. This is someone who worked with Emob. Alrighty, lol. So I met Emob through their old Patreon Skype chat. I didn't really know them until I collaborated with another channel called Isaac X, now called 3A Display, and the video we made started getting a significant amount of views. Now Isaac X and I were both in the Emob chat, and one day they posted the video and added us saying, "You made this right?" So we told them yes and started talking to them about making a new channel with them. Another long story short, Isaac X and I made the channel 3A Display with Emob as the owner because Isaac X and I weren't 18 yet. Oh, you're 3A Display. Not for a long time. Still, this is great. I'm getting closer. Anyway, sorry, continue.
So while these are just allegations and nothing is proven, Coaster is really credible and I have no reason to doubt anything that they've said. It almost looks like Enchanted Mob did deliberately make a very similar game to Coaster's, albeit with the vast resources available to them, as a way to sort of spite Coaster and punish them for not signing the contract with them. I get the sense that Enchanted Mob and Zamination felt like because they'd popularized these Minecraft-style animations, everyone else who found success using a similar style owed them and that they deserved a cut or whatever. Obviously, I don't know that for sure, but that's just the vibe I get. These are the people behind Poppy Playtime, and I don't want to support them. Again, I know there are a lot of people who work on Poppy Playtime. As mentioned before, even the people who have the biggest reasons not to like mob games made it clear that the director Isaac was a cool, friendly person who had nothing to do with any of them.
And I think that that is a really important sort of differentiation, is that when you choose to not support a game, or when you choose not to support a company, you're also choosing to not support the people that are under them. And that is a choice that you kind of have to make when you're looking at situations like this. You know, is this enough not to support the people who worked on it? In my opinion, yeah, absolutely. Listen, I want the views. I want the clout. Poppy Playtime, yes, delicious, right? Like, that gets views. You know, my last Poppy Playtime video got more views than any other video I had uploaded near it. But if it means to promote a company that will literally bully a child and like send their fucking like hate swarm over to them, I can't support that. Like, I can't.
Of this stuff. The same is true for most of the people working for mob games, and it's not fair to hold all of them accountable for the alleged actions of the people on top. However, with Enchanted Mob presumably being the primary beneficiary of Poppy Playtime's success, I can't in good conscience purchase any future chapters of the game or support these people in any way. I believe that they were put through hell by these people, and all while they were just a kid. And when you combine it with NFTs, the movies, the animated cartoons that they're double posting to YouTube, it just looks like a cash grab, and it's not something that I can support anymore. It's a shame because I'm sure Isaac and a lot of the other people working at Mob Games to bring Poppy Playtime to life really do care about the series and the game. I just don't think that the people on top do. They don't give me any reason to believe that they do based on their actions.
It is out. The second chapter is out, and I've been debating playing it. I've been debating it. But the problem is that I don't know if I'm willing to give money to a company who would do that sort of thing, you know? Like every company in some level is just kind of shitty. Like, I think that's just how it is. But yeah, they're trying to make NFTs too. Like one of the big things is like they make NFTs. Like they literally made like multiple $15 NFTs to try to get people to buy them because that would give them the quote unquote lore. Like, it would unlock lore of the game because they know that, again, that's what sells. And so they're using it to profit. So we're going to watch this other one as well, which is Everything Wrong with the Poppy Playtime Apology.
In 2017, the creators of the Zamination and Enchanted Mob YouTube channels created a channel called Animation Sins. This channel would pick apart and poke fun at various animation slip-ups in animated.
The NFTs fortunately aren't being sold anymore. I think at least one guy went through and bought each one of them and then shared them for free online.
Media. These videos are meant to be.
It's good that that dude did that, but it's still like cracked that someone had to buy them, you know?
Fun and informative. Fun and informative, eh? Why is it then that June 12th, 2018, the same day Animation Sins released Everything Wrong with Build My Machine by Eckercoaster, the following was posted to your Discord from the owner of said Discord, Zach Bell's account. Eckercoaster is trash. He needs to quit animating. Here's why I dislike Eckercoaster's content. Feel free to send him this. He makes his animations, if we can even call them that, too quickly. He then makes all Minecraft animators look bad. Eckercoaster is the laziest animator I've ever seen, and it's... I already know that Enchanted Mob will try to say that this is fake or something. I already got a tweet indicating that they're trying to say.
Oh, they already responded to that part on Discord. They said that it was a member Rod of the team that changed his name to Enchanted Mom and started shit under the name because he was on the brink of being fired. And lo and behold, he was fired for doing that to EK.
Some other team member changed their name to Enchanted Mob and started trouble because they were on the brink of being fired or some nonsense.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Fortunately, this Discord server is still up and those messages are still there. The username has changed from Enchanted Manager to Zach Bell. From there, it was just a matter of checking the profile and yep, they're the owner of the Enchanted Mob Discord. That's not someone changing their
Ooh, you got him. You fucking scoped him, Theft King. King of thievery. King of being a sneaky little guy. Fucking swiped him on that one. Deservedly so. Might I add, deservedly so.
Name. I even confirmed the account and Discord tag with Faint Turnip, who still had them on their friends list. It's definitely Enchanted Mob. It is definitely Zach Bell. I'm sure now they'll go back and delete those messages. Probably archive and purge the public chat logs, honestly.
Oh, I'm just gonna read as much of this as I can. Here's why I dislike EKR Coaster's content. Feel free to send him this. He makes his animations, if we can even call them that, too quickly. There's a right way to do things, but he always rushes so that he can be first or original, when in fact his videos are completely unoriginal and inspired from many different content creators, such as EM3A and Andy TTF. Hold on, I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Chat logs, honestly.
Andy TTF. That's so funny because those fucking, at least two of those are literally their channels. The other problem becomes that he then makes all MC animators look bad. People find his channel and think all MC animators are like that, but they aren't. Coaster is the laziest animator I've ever seen. The channel will be enough to realize how bad his content actually is. They will stop watching. It's out there
now, and everyone who has interacted with Zach's account surely believes that it's him. I mean, I do. I confirmed the Discord tag. As some of you are aware, a few days ago I released a video detailing some pretty serious allegations against Poppy Playtime developer Mob Games. From double posting their videos in what I presume is an attempt to trick kids into watching them twice, all the way to allegations of harassment that resulted in a YouTuber admitting themselves into a psychiatric ward. If you haven't seen it already, check this video out first because there's a bunch of crazy new evidence here. A few hours ago, Poppy Playtime developer Mob Games CEO Zach Bellinger, one of the two brothers known as Enchanted Mob, released a statement on Twitter addressing several of the controversies and allegations that were put forth in my video. I didn't actually intend to make a follow-up to that video, and I'm not interested in milking a controversy. I had already said everything I wanted to say regarding Poppy Playtime in the last video. However, I also didn't expect the video to blow up the way it has, nor did I ever expect Enchanted Mob to respond. As you'll see in their response, they appear to have a policy of not addressing rumors and disregarding criticism as simply being hate, so I was stunned to see that not only did they
Well, I'm gonna read this first piece because I don't know if he'll go over it, but I want to read it out loud just so that I am doing my due diligence and like knowing what I'm listening to. So, a message from Mob Games CEO Zach Bellinger. Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment to address some concerns regarding a few different controversies surrounding Mob Games / Enchanted Mob. We hadn't spoken about this sooner because knowing how the internet can be so unforgiving and jump on hate bandwagons, we were afraid making a statement about it would only cause more harm. In hindsight, failing to address the controversies has made it appear as if we didn't care about your guys' criticism and feedback. So for that, we are deeply sorry. For those interested, below I have detailed more information about the controversies in question. Okay, already stating the hate bandwagon shit to kind of ease the tension of what these criticisms are. 1. Regarding the Poppy Playtime NFTs, I wanted to say that we regret making them. We regret the way that we tied lore into the NFTs themselves, and above all that, we're sorry. You already made the fucking money. You already made the money. You can't apologize after that. You can't apologize after already making the profit. That's not how that works. You can't release something for a period of time and then once all of the cash, like a dragon's hoard, is brought in below, and then say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for my transgressions. You can't do that. At the time, many companies that we admire were creating NFTs, and we were excited about the opportunity to grow our company and invest more into our projects and artists. Bullshit. In regards to hiding Poppy Playtime lore behind NFTs as a paywall, that was not our intention whatsoever. Bullshit. We thought about this as nothing but a bonus or addition to our fans who did buy the NFTs. Also, the lore in question was ultimately just, Mommy Longlegs is coming. Nice. Also, the lore in question was, which you all know by now was something that was planned to be revealed to everyone regardless of whether or not they bought the NFTs. Your guys' passion and interest in Poppy Playtime lore is what makes everything we do possible. We would never want to do anything to hurt our relationship with our fans in any way, and we will use this as a learning experience to put our best foot forward. But you already made the money. So really, it doesn't matter that everybody else gets the same thing. If anything, it just means that you're selling a defunct product. If you're going to go out, isn't the whole thing about NFTs, is that like the whole fucking, I disagree with it, but isn't the whole fucking concept that you have something that no one else can have? If your plan is to let everyone know what it is, then you're just fucking over the people that bought your product. Even if I disagree with the product, you're still fucking those people over. So no matter what you do in this situation, somebody loses. And you still fucking profit. Cocksuckers. The lore talked about the individual toys' histories, and I know for a fact there were that it's nowhere in the games. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Again, they're trying to kind of lessen the fallout of this situation. And even if they were going to release it anyway, oh, The NFT people got to see it first. Exactly. Like, the problem is that no matter what way you swing it, whether it be that the NFT people get fucked over because the content ends up getting released anyway, or the casual consumer gets fucked over because NFT people are getting this sort of insider access, there are still losers at the benefit of Enchanted Mob. Near the launch of the NFTs, several employees expressed concern towards starting an NFT collection, due to the same concerns that our fans have. At the time, we thought it was a reasonable course of action was to work with a company called Sweet.io, which mints their NFTs on Polygon, a blockchain framework that uses less than 0.1% of the energy required by the other approaches. We do not have any plans to move forward with another NFT collection. Regarding the existing collection, we unfortunately already signed a legally binding contract with the companies, and we are unable to remove them at this time. That being said, we have decided to donate all of the money we made off of our NFTs to the Clean Air Task Force, or CATF, which is an organization that seeks to decrease air pollution and advocate for the use of clean energy. You can read more about CATF and their mission here. It still uses a shit ton of energy to mint the NFTs. No, of course it does. Of course it does. 0.1 of a billion is still a fuck ton of power, no matter which way you swing it. Even if it goes from astronomical to fucking big, doesn't mean that you're really doing anything, you know? And yeah, it's good that they donated the money to CATF. Like, that's great. That is a good thing. But you know what doesn't make you seem like innocent in a situation? Is donating to a company and saying, oh, we fucked up, we're gonna give our money to this, nonprofit to make ourselves look better. That's not a solution to the problem, guys. That it just shows what they're doing. That's all it does. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. And that's exactly what you can see here. One NFT uses the energy to light an apartment for a month. At least the most popular one transaction energy does. I don't even want to think about that.
Respond, but that they addressed Eckercoaster directly.
Dude, regarding Eckercoaster, I want to clarify a few things. There have been rumors about the idea for Poppy Playtime was plagiarized from Eckercoaster's game Venge. This is false. The reason these rumors started is based on past drama that did not involve the large majority of Poppy Playtime's team. For context, back in 2017, the creators of Zaminations and Enchanted Mom YouTube channels created a channel called Animation Sins, which was a parody of the Cinema Sins channel. The channel would pick apart and poke fun at various animation slip-ups in animated media. The channel would periodically make videos on animations made by the YouTuber Eckercoaster. Eckercoaster did not want his videos sinned and requested for the Animation Sins team to stop making videos about his animations. For a while, Animation Sins stopped making videos on Eckercoaster's animations, but eventually ended up making another one with a heavier focus on the positive aspects of his animation. This was not a good decision, as Ethan had previously asked the Animation Sins team to stop making videos
and even apologized to them.
Oh, goddammit, I can't read the whole thing. Hold on. I think I can read it from maybe here. Hold on. Here we go. As Ethan had previously asked Animation Sins to stop making videos based on his content entirely. After that video was released, Ethan was rightfully very upset and told his fans that Animation Sins was bullying him. Everyone who was a part of Animation Sins, myself, Seth, Micah, Zach, realized after that it was wrong to go against Ethan's wishes to no longer make videos on his content, and we removed all of the Animation Sins videos based on this content. However, Ethan has cut off communications and refused to respond to any apologies. After Ethan cut off communications, not knowing any other way to reach him, the Animation Sins team discontinued the entire channel and attempted to move on and learn from the situation. The creators of Animation Sins and Ethan haven't spoken since. Years later, in October of 2021, Poppy Playtime was released, and Ethan, who had made his own game a few years back, accused the Poppy Playtime team of what I'm assuming is plagiarism.
And several of the statements made
hold on. See if I can't get to...
were put forth in my video. I didn't actually intend to make a follow-up to that video, and I'm not interested. I'm going to skip the NFT
okay, that's
part
that bit.
Because while cryptocurrencies are hyper-deflationary quantum Ponzi schemes and must be destroyed, mob games
Agreed.
already apologized for them, and frankly, I think the whole thing is a distraction from the real issue here. There have been rumors that the idea for Poppy Playtime was plagiarized from Eckercoaster's game Venge. This is false. I mean, the rumors aren't really that it was plagiarism. Like in my video, which was obviously a major catalyst for this response, I said, as I said from the beginning, this isn't plagiarism. Poppy Playtime isn't plagiarized. They're similar, sure, but they aren't similar enough that someone could win a lawsuit or something like that. They're unique games that happen to share a very similar story, something like that.
I will say the face is very similar. I'm not saying that it's plagiarism. I'm just saying that, like, the black eyes that are kind of close to the mouth, even the way that the mouth kind of curves up to one side and then kind of has this sort of bump in the middle and then kind of slants down and then hits the other side of it, seems very intentional.
They're unique games that happen to share a very similar story and aesthetic. It's just suspicious, and only when one is aware of the history between Coaster and the mob. The reason these rumors started is based on past drama that did not involve the large majority of Poppy Playtime's team. Yeah, but it involved the executive producer, the people who wrote the story, you know, the people who presumably conceived the game. I mean, these are the top people. I was contacted by someone who had provable ties to mob games. This and I—
Hey.
Where's your brown bag?
Why?
I think you have a charger in it with me.
It is somewhere. I'm pretty sure I brought it in.
Yeah.
You can check the car though.
I did check the car.
Oh, it is inside somewhere. Sorry about that. It's a bit of the missus. Also, sorry my face is so red. It's been really hot and I have a sunburn.
Anonymous source explained to me that one of the Zamination brothers claimed that they had earned over $4 million from Poppy Playtime game and merchandise sales.
Holy shit.
I can't provide any of the evidence for this, as doing so would compromise my source, and even then, this is all allegedly just what Zamination said, so he could have been lying if he even said it at all. It wouldn't surprise me though. The point is that Poppy Playtime has surely made bank, and I'm sure that those four at the top got a disproportionately large amount of it. That's how things work. They're the ones in charge. It's their project. For context, back in 2017, the creators of the Zamination and Enchanted Mob YouTube channels, you mean you? That's you. You're one of the creators of the Enchanted Mob channel. Back in 2017, we would periodically make videos on animations made by the YouTuber Eckercoaster. Eckercoaster did not want his videos synned and requested that the Animation Sins team, we, stop making videos about his animations. For a while, Animation Sins, we, stopped making videos on Eckercoaster's animations, but eventually ended up making another one. Okay, so that's just not true. You sinned Coaster 5 separate times. The first video was released in February of 2018. 4 months later, in June, you sinned another, the same day that Zach Bellinger's Discord account posted these vicious messages about Eckercoaster and encouraged members of the Discord to share it with them.
Like, the same day, though? The same fucking day, man? That's fucked. I'm glad you found it, Laney.
6 months later, in January of 2019, you sinned another of Coaster's videos, Baldi's Basics the Musical. Less than 4 months after that, you sinned Coaster again. Finally, 6 months later, in October of 2019, sure enough, you made the final sin video against Eckercoaster. So when exactly did you stop sinning Coaster? There was never more than 6 months between videos sinning them, and never less than 3. The time span between the final 2 videos is no different than between the second and third, and barely longer than that of the first and second. The publicly available YouTube numbers that anyone can check contradict your statement. You consistently sinned Coaster's videos for over a year and a half, and you didn't stop until after they were tormented to the point of being institutionalized at the age of 17. So okay, they claim they stopped sinning Coaster's videos, but eventually ended up making another one with a heavier focus on the positive aspects of his animations. I encourage all of you to watch these videos because they're all still up, we'll get to that in a second, and you can decide for yourself if Can't Be Erased, the final video sinning Coaster before they were institutionalized, had a heavier focus on the positive aspects of his animations. I personally couldn't tell a difference and think that that's bullshit. This was not a good decision, as Ethan, Eckercoaster's name is Ethan by the way, had previously asked the Animation Sins team, us, to stop making videos based on his content entirely. This, the creators of the Enchanted Mob and Zamination channels and the Animation Sins team, is so obnoxious. It's
just them. They're shifting blame onto themselves. You can't, they don't have a scapegoat. They don't have a magical person or thing to point to, so they have to just say, oh, I don't know who this is, Raggy. It's you. Pull the mask off, it's still fucking you. It's just a rubber fucking thing of your own face, stupid. Who do they think they're fucking tricking? Children. They think they're tricking children. I figured it out mid-sentence. It's children.
You, Seth, Micah, and Zach, the key people behind Poppy.
The CCO, the brother to Zach, Seth, made a statement about the responses to the apology. It came out after the video. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look at that after.
Playtime. Zach and Seth are brothers and make up Enchanted Mob, while Micah and Zachary are also brothers and make up Zamination. You are at the very top of the credits with star billing. You're the executive producer, the top dog. You and all those people who wrote the story. The only other person included in any of the first 3 entries is Isaac, who we already established isn't involved in these allegations whatsoever. After that video released, Ethan Eckercoaster was rightfully very upset and told his fans that Animation Sins, we, were bullying him. I mean, yeah, it looks like you were. Eckercoaster made it clear after the first couple of videos that they weren't okay with it, and your rate of production never slowed down whatsoever. Furthermore, you sinned Coaster 5 times and told people to go say mean things to him. Everyone who was part of Animation Sins, myself, Seth, Micah, and Zach, realized after that it was wrong to go against Ethan's wishes to no longer make videos on his content.
You realized it because you had repercussions, not because you had a change of heart. That's another thing that really fucking bothers me about companies when they make like, I'm sorry videos, is that they literally go, we have found our moral compass in the time since we did the bad, and now we are different. Our hearts grew 3 sizes that day, and it will never happen again. Somebody come help me carve the roast beast. And it's like, no, the Grinch didn't just go back to being a dick. He like actively kept working to be better. You can't fucking A Grinch Stole Christmas this one, my guy. You're just bad. And they just continue to be bad. And so many fucking companies pull the same shit. It absolutely irks me.
We removed all of the Animation Sins videos based around his content.
Oh no, I just realized bullying is wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Aww.
So this may have happened at some point. Coaster told me that they were under the impression that the 5th and final video, Sinning Can't Be Erased, had been taken down, but it's possible they took the others down as well. It doesn't matter though, because they're up now. Why would you put them back up? Did Coaster tell you it was cool? However, Ethan cut off communication and refused to respond to any apologies. Oh, well, definitely not then, because you just indicated that you haven't spoken to him. After Ethan cut off communications, not knowing any other way to reach him, the Animation Sins team, we, discontinued the entire channel and attempted to move on and learn from the situation. The creators of Animation Sins, we, and Ethan haven't spoken since. Okay, it does appear that, as I said in my video, the Animation Sins channel was in fact discontinued shortly after this whole mess. However, at some point, somebody decided to re-enable the videos that caused everything. And if Enchanted Mob's own statement is to be believed, this person decided to re-enable all 5 of the videos sinning Coaster.
But they... Why release an apology then? Why? Why would you do it? Why would you release that apology video? That's what I don't understand. They're still monetized too. That's not surprising.
That's deliberate, and I'm really curious to hear eMob's explanation for this. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad they put the videos back up, only because it made it effortless for me to prove that a lot of this statement is nonsense, but I don't understand why you wouldn't take that down, especially now. Sure, Eckercoaster is, after substantial therapy, essentially over it, and thankfully doesn't give a shit about what you people think of them anymore, but having these videos up is a really bad look. It looks like you decided that the controversy was over enough that you could get away with re-enabling the videos and collecting a little bit of revenue or something, I don't know. Years later, in October of 2021, Poppy Playtime was released, and Eckercoaster, who made his own game a few years back, accused the Poppy Playtime team of stealing his game idea. The accusation was based on the assumption that the creators of Animation Sins, the accusation was based on the assumption that we were attempting to create a game to spite him. This is absolutely absurd. Our entire team spent months developing Poppy Playtime out of passion, not spite, while
But that doesn't necessarily mean that the people behind it weren't.
We
Just saying.
were definitely in the wrong for continuing to make videos based on Ethan's content years ago. That does not justify accusing the whole development team of creating Poppy Playtime to spite one person. Of course, there are many employees under you now. That was addressed in my prior video and everyone knows it. It doesn't change anything. It's entirely possible that you did make the story of Poppy Playtime very similar to that of Venge deliberately in order to spite Eckercoaster. Nobody is accusing your entire team of doing that. It's perfectly plausible that you, the executive producer, and your buddies, who collectively make up 80% of the writing team, came up with a similar concept and then told the rest of your staff. They would have no idea what the origins of the game's story was. It's not like any of them would have heard of Venge before. It's a little indie game. I even said last episode, I think it's important to remember that while Enchanted Mob and Zamination appear to be the people behind Poppy Playtime, the people who put most of the money up and the people who earn most of the reward, there are a lot of people working on the series now, and most of them are just regular, talented, hardworking people trying to make the best game they can. The creators of Animation Sins, we, have again attempted to reach out to Ethan, apologize for the past drama, and explain to him that Poppy Playtime has nothing to do with his game or spiting him, but still have received no response. So I can't comprehend that they would lie about this, so I do imagine they've reached out to Coaster in some way, but I spoke with them again extensively, and Coaster hasn't received any emails, Discord messages, or anything like that. So I'm curious where this attempt to contact Coaster was made. Coaster has told me from the start that all he really wanted was a genuine apology from EMOB for everything they were put through, and Coaster has told me they would be receptive to talking. They can reach Coaster if they wanted to. They know how. We once again would like to extend our apologies to Eckercoaster.
No, because yeah, exactly what they're saying. Exactly what they're saying. They can reach out at any time. They can. They can. They choose not to, which is just indicative of the whole situation.
For the unpleasant experiences he had with the Animation Sins team, us, several years ago. And we all wish nothing but the best to him and his future endeavors. If you are reading this, Ethan, I would like to personally apologize for my past behavior, and I hope that one day this can be put behind us. This is not a bad apology. EMOB apologizes on behalf of the Animation Sins team, which is functionally the same people as Enchanted Mob and Zamination, as well as personally. It sucks because if there was less damage control and PR rep speak in this apology, it would actually come off reasonably genuine. However, all of these attempts to try to insulate Mob games and Poppy Playtimes.
If you're reading this, I didn't make the effort to reach out, but no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. To my greatest enemy, I'm sorry. If you do not receive this letter, it is because I did not send it. Gone.
Specifically from this controversy ends up making the whole thing come off as really fake. They constantly went out of their way to make it clear that this controversy is only regarding the people involved with Enchanted Mob, Zamination, and Animation Sins, which is an attempt to try and put distance between their old projects and their new project, Poppy Playtime. This was already addressed though. Everyone knows that there are lots of people working on Poppy and that it's not fair to blame all of them. However, Zach, you are the CEO. You're the president. You're the executive producer. Everyone else involved are among the first names of the credits. Poppy Playtime is your project, and yeah, your past actions absolutely reflect on it. You're basically telling people, hey, yeah, my friends and I screwed up, but it's not fair to punish the entire team over this. I'm sorry, but no matter how many people you hire, you remain the primary beneficiaries of Poppy Playtime's success. You're asking people to ignore your actions for the sake of your employees, yet you conveniently omit that you probably stand to make millions of dollars if the franchise continues to succeed, maybe more. Zach, if you're watching this, there's something I want to show you. You probably don't remember this, and maybe you never even saw it. January 1st of 2018, New Year's Day, a 15-year-old Eckercoaster sends the following center-aligned email to Enchanted Mob. Hello, Enchanted Mob. So I have been a huge fan of your channel for some time, and I love all of your animations. I have a small channel where I also do FNAF animations. Watching your You Can't Hide video, I had an idea. Would you be interested in working with me to create another version of You Can't Hide, but as a 360-degree animation? So the animation would be through the eyes of William Afton as he goes through the song. I have some experience with 360 videos and know how to make them pretty cool. Be sure to let me know if you're interested. Thanks, Eckercoaster. This message is why I made the last video, and this one too. We can see a young, up-and-coming...
That makes me really sad. That makes me really, really sad. As someone who works with kids, as someone who, you know, cares a lot about like kids getting to really further themselves as people, like 15 is not 15 is like young. Like that's a kiddo. And to have that drive and that talent in something that you legitimately love, and to have it result in you going to a mental hospital is just fucking sad. It's just sad. It's just sad, man. Hi, Jason. I did move. Finally. And soon I am getting my new desk and my new chair so that I won't be at this weird angle. And then who knows, maybe I'll get a new camera sometime soon. That would be very nice.
Animator who on New Year's Day finally gets the confidence and resolve to reach out to his heroes. Little does he know, his interactions with Enchanted Mob and Zamination would lead Coaster to the darkest points of his life. Ostracized from the community and the passion he loved, he was just around 1,000 subscribers. Knowing how everything ended, reading this email today kind of breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Enchanted Mob, Zamination, Zach, I think you hated Eckercoaster. I don't know if it was the contract situation, the fact that they found success with videos similar to yours. I have no idea. I'm sure lots went on between the two of you. However, at the end of the day, a kid who was inspired by you reached out to you and you stepped on him. Coaster abandoned the animation community entirely over their interactions with you. You and your friends were legends of the YouTube animation scene, yet you drove a young, aspiring animator who looked up to you to abandon their art entirely. That is the greatest animation sin that anyone can commit. Thanks for watching.
Man. That's a bummer. For lack of a better term. That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Sorry, I'm going to move my duct tape microphone a little bit. I hope that's okay. Just move my little duct tape microphone a little bit. That makes me so sad. Like, there are so many stories of people getting stepped on in the animation industry and in YouTube and on everything. Like, it's just how it happens. Is it raining? No, it's my fucking duct tape unsticking. Apologies. I need to get a new mic stand. It's sad, you know, it's really sad, and it's not deserved. It's really not. Like, a lot of people sort of weirdly forget their empathy when it comes to people who either make a lot of money or people who are in a situation that they're jealous of. And so ending up in a position like being able to animate when you're really, really young, or getting into like a really sweet deal with something like that, to have that kind of peter out into such a sad situation is just fucking depressing. The response to the responses seems to be very disingenuous as well. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. Hold on, I'm gonna go to their Twitter. I want to look at their Twitter real quick. Give me a second. So let's see. Enchanted Mob. Let's see if I can find Enchanted. No, that's 2 T's, 1 T. Enchanted. No. Oh, Enchanted Mob. There it is. Enchanted Mob. Okay, and then I can see their CCOs for different things. Okay, so hold on. So this is their Twitter. I'm just looking to see if there's any other statements that they've made. Poppy Playtime merch, Poppy Playtime stuff, Poppy Playtime. It's all Poppy Playtime stuff. That's fine. Angry Alex. This actually goes back to 2021. So it looks like if they do have a statement, I don't think it's on their main Twitter. Is this not their main Twitter? I see outside you got high ground? High ground? What do you mean? Statements were on Mob Games Twitter, I think. Mob Games. Hold on, let's try Mob Games. Mob Games. Mob Games Studios? There we go. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. Okay. So this is their new stuff that they have out. This is some stuff about the game, I'm guessing. Let's see. I'm looking for if they've made any statements, but I'm not really seeing. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is the OG statement that he made, right? This is the one that we just talked about. So this is the statement that was made after that statement. Is that not a window behind you? There is no window behind me. It is a chair, the floor, some paneling, and that is a calendar. It is a painted wall. It's very nice. I really like it. It's actually kind of really impressive that you thought that it was a window, though. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that as a W. So let me put on my narrator voice. We've noticed several replies to Zach's post yesterday. I'm Seth Bellinger, CCO of Mob Games / Enchanted Mob, and brother to Zach Bellinger. I'd like to address a few things in addition to what was posted yesterday. For context, the creators of Mob Games originally started out as friends online. We were kids at the time, who made what we were known as deep-fried memes, where we screenshotted and photoshopped clips from various videos, mostly our own, in high-contrast colors with an ironic / comedic manner in 2017 and 2018. Some examples of those deep-fried memes are attached below. Okay, but this is a... BRB gonna bounce my head off a wall? I'm so sorry. Good luck. Be careful. They are appealing to humor, right? They're starting out appealing to humor. They're saying, look at us, we're just like you, we're exactly the same, so you should believe us. The controversial meme in question features Eckercoaster's Minecraft character. Please note the points below as it corrects recent misinformation. None of us recall. That's important. They're doing the whole we were just kids being kids sort of thing. Yeah. None of us recall ever sending those memes to Eckercoaster. We were all also minors at the time. I myself had just turned 17 years old. However, some of us were even younger at the time, with the youngest of our friend group being 14. The fact that he said I was a minor is very misleading. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because he's younger than you. If you're 17 years old and you're sending fucking shitty mean memes to a person who's younger than you, then that is fucking, that's still bad. That's still bad. Yeah, you might get some extra wiggle room because you were younger, but that's still bullying. I'm not saying that it's the worst thing in the world, but call it what it is, let's not mince words here. 3, these memes are completely blown out of proportion. These deep-fried memes are the result of a few friends having fun in Photoshop a few years ago. Our intention was not sexualize Eckercoaster's Minecraft character. We were just teenage boys trying to be funny. None of these images were made with malicious intention, and we hope that those who were concerned about these images can have relief regarding the issue. We were all still in high school, not a corporate boardroom. The idea that we were a company trying to bully a child is far from the truth. We would all like to, but you are a company now. That's the thing. The company is made up of all these individuals who are willing to do that. That's why it's malicious. We would all like to move on from this and behave like adults. Okay, sure, if you'd like to start. Additionally, there have been concerns from some of our YouTube content featuring the FNAF character Circus Baby. The concern is that the content is sexualizing a minor because the FNAF book mentions that she is canonically possessed by a minor. Getting into some interestingly weird territory. My response is to just take a look at our content. The character is not portrayed to be minor in our videos or the FNAF games themselves. Our company would never do such a thing. I hope your concerns can be relieved regarding this issue. So wait. I'm sorry. Hold up. Pause. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. you agree that you are sexualizing that character. Now, even removing the minor aspect, which is its own fucking conversation, you are in a way admitting that you are sexualizing a character for child's media. Is that not an admission of what they're doing? Is that not an admission of that is the exact fucking thing that they're saying? The concern is that the content is sexualizing a minor because the FNAF books mention that she's canonically possessed by a minor. Response is to just look at the content. That character is not portrayed to be a minor in our videos or the FNAF games themselves. That is them admitting that they portray the character in a sexual manner does not matter. I mean, it does matter what the character's mental maturity is and what it's possessed by, but disregarding that conversation, right? Removing that from the conversation just to make it a little easier, you're not proving a good point. As soon as you add in that whole other conversation, it becomes fucking just bad. It's just bad. It's just a bad excuse. The reason I chose to talk about these issues myself is because Zach Bellinger had nothing to do with them. Goes on to say, lastly, I would like to speak to the accusations of bad working conditions. These accusations originate from former part-time online contractors who were working with us during the early days of our company. Again, they are saying, oh, well, that's when we were little and small. We couldn't do nothing about the work conditions. No, we could not. Untrue. If you don't have the resources to run a successful business, maybe don't have one. For context, our company was focused on creating YouTube animations, which it was extremely hard. We did not have much money to work with due to the nature of the business model. I will admit Zach and I were inexperienced with managing people, and I believe that today we have become a lot better. Today we have 20 happy, hardworking artists in our office and even more online. More than anything, the single biggest thing hurting our employees' morale is all of the online negativity surrounding our past. Fuck you! Fuck you! There's a problem with that, bud. You fucking made the past. You can't be upset about people being mad about your shit if you fucking did it. That's the problem. You can't say that the main problem of your shit is the fact that other people don't like it. Don't do it then. Right? Is that not the solution to that problem? Is to just maybe don't do that anymore. Who's this argument for? Myself and Mob Games will continue our effort to keep transparency with our audience moving forward, and we are extremely grateful for having so many fans that care about what we create. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Oh, you suck. Hold on. I'm gonna look at these deep fried memes to see what we're dealing with here. I'm checking them now, so that way if there is anything graphic, I mean they're not even funny. They're just, oh god. Trying to find the one in question. I found the one that they're talking about. I mean, yeah, it's not great. It's not the worst. It's pretty bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna show it. Everything is censored. It is all censored. But so just so you know, it is inappropriate. So like, this is what they're talking about, right? But you have to remember that the person they're sending it to is 15 years old. Just because everything is covered up with demonetization like buttons doesn't make it okay. It does, just because it's not blatant nudity doesn't make it okay. Can't do that. You can't do that. It's a child. You can't do that. It's so fucked up. Like, what do you? That's such an insane argument. It's insane. It's insane. Ugh. Sorry, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Frankly, I'm upset. I'm upset. And it makes me mad. Thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Jason. That's so sweet. Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. God. Welp. Fucking. So that's Poppy Playtime. That is the controversy surrounding it as far as I am aware up to date. Now, there isn't really anything else on their Twitter that talks about any of the other issues. Cheers up from the fan vibes of the stream. Yeah, it's just, it's sad and it's yucky. You know, it's sad and it's yucky. And, you know, I believe that game companies as well as content creators, you know, I consider myself a content creator even if I'm not, you know, huge. I consider myself someone who makes content, and part of my job and part of their job is to be like a type of role model, you know, like you can't do that kind of shit. Oh shit, I missed the controversy. Give me the Cliff Notes. All right, hour and a half of Cliff Notes, rundown version. The media company behind Poppy Playtime, called Enchanted Mob, run a bunch of Minecraft animation fucking YouTube channels as well as Poppy's Playtime, and they may have copied some ideas from a kid who was working on Minecraft animations at the time as well as a video game. They also like harassed the fuck out of this kid, and like there's very, very solid evidence showing that they were legitimately trying to get people to go and harass this kid as well. The person actually ended up inside of a mental hospital. They were 15 at the time that they got hired. I think they were 17 when they actually went to the mental hospital for the issues that they started facing from all of the harassment. They tried to sell NFTs that were all connected to lore of the games. And then they canceled the NFT group because people got mad at them about it. They released 2 really shitty apologies, as well as admitting that they make sexualized characters for children. Like that is a thing that they did. Like they, without the admission of that, they aren't admitting to it. Is that not how that works? I would say it is. Does that sum it up in enough words? I mean, that's leaving a lot out, but that's the basic of it. That's the shimmy. They literally made like consecutive videos trashing on a smaller creator's stuff because they didn't like them. Like that's kind of it. That's kind of what happened.